One beautiful thing about German is that we have 4 options of saying that we like something or somebody. Not all of them mean exactly the same, but still it gives the language a certain, well, enrichment. So let's walk through them. The first one we have is a verb called mögen. The forms are ich mag, du magst, er mag, sie mag, es mag, wir mögen, ihr mögt, sie mögen. So it looks like a modal verb, but we do not usually combine it with another verb. We combine it with an object. For example, ich mag Insekten, says Jens, not me. Jakob mag Kirschen. Or I can also say, ich mag dich. So you can see an object, accusative, a direct object. This follows the verb mögen. If I want to say that I like doing something, I like an activity, a verb, then I have to use the word gerne. Gerne is not a verb, it's an adverb. If you want to know what it is grammatically, we're going to talk about that later. It means something like gladly. For example, ich singe gerne, I sing gladly. Well, you would never say that in English, or I think you would never say it. It sounds very weird, but that's what it actually means, and that's how we use it in German. So together with an activity, together with a verb, ich singe gerne, ich arbeite gerne, ich fliege gerne, all of this works. The third thing we have, if we want to say that we would like to have something, we use möchten. Completely regular conjugation. Ich möchte, du möchtest, and so on. Very easy. For example, ich möchte einen schwarzen Tee. So you can see again with an accusative object, very easy. You can also say, if you want to be a little bit more polite, for example, in a restaurant or when you're invited somewhere, ich möchte gerne einen schwarzen Tee. So you can combine it with gerne, but you will say it's an object. Well, yes, but the gerne can be combined with the möchten. So I would like something gladly. Well, that's how you would translate it literally, but we can say that in German. And the last one is a bit of a fancy one because it uses dative. And as you know, I like dative. So, for example, you can say, deutsche Grammatik gefällt mir. Now, what you see in this sentence is, firstly, we use the verb gefallen. Gefallen is the infinitive, so don't mix it up. This ge beginning has nothing to do with the present perfect at this point. We have a few verbs in German that have this ge prefix, but it's a present tense form. It's a strong verb. Ich gefalle, du gefällst, so it goes from A to E. Apart from that, very regular. It takes a dative object, only a dative object, and you can see that the sentence is somehow flipped. If I want to translate that back to English, I would say I like German grammar. But what it actually means, this gefallen, it actually means something like German grammar appeals to me, or German grammar pleases me, something like that. So appeals to me, you can see it's indirect. I benefit from the pleasure. So of course it will have a dative object. So if you want to do something a little bit more fancy, you can do that. However, there is a difference in meaning between gefallen and between mögen. You can also say, ich mag deutsche Grammatik. It's not wrong. It means more or less the same thing. So if you say like this gefallen, this is too difficult for me, I'm not so happy about using dative yet, you can save that a little bit for later. And of course you can use ich mag, that works also, and it will absolutely be understood. But there is a subtle difference between the two. And the difference is that mögen is way more emotional than gefallen, whereas gefallen is more aesthetic. What does that mean? You would use gefallen if you like looking at something or reading about something. So if I say deutsche Grammatik gefällt mir, then, well, I just find it somehow beautiful. If you say deutsche Grammatik, ich mag deutsche Grammatik, then that means that you really enjoy it, that you like spending time studying it. It's much more emotional. We could say, as a rule of thumb, gefallen goes into the eye and into the ear. Mögen goes into the heart and into the stomach. Why the stomach? Because with food, usually we also say ich mag. Yeah, Jakob mag Kirschen. If I say Kirschen gefallen Jakob, then it means he likes to look at them. Look at a few examples so that this maybe becomes a little bit clearer to you. If I say Deutsche Musik gefällt mir, it's like, well, I like listening to it when I'm waiting for the bus and I'm bored, and so what can I do? I'm listening to German music. When I say ich mag deutsche Musik, then this means a much more emotional connection. I really enjoy it. Like Sunday afternoon, I close the door, close the window, and then I put a CD by Johann Sebastian Bach, and I indulge in the amazing beauty of this music. So it's much more emotional. Or, for example, about persons. If you say ich mag dich, that means more or less I love you. It's very emotional. If you say du gefällst mir, well, it means, for example, you're wearing nice clothes. It's more of a attraction of the beauty of somebody. You can even say it ironically, du gefällst mir. That can sometimes be, yeah, have a little double meaning where like, yeah, what you've been doing, I'm not so happy about it. When you say to somebody, ich mag dich, then this is really very, very deep, very emotional. When I say, das Haus gefällt mir, then it means, yeah, it looks nice. I don't mind sitting in front of it and enjoying the view. When I say ich mag das Haus, again, much more deeper. For example, you have lived there, you have childhood memories because your aunt was living there and she would always make a special cake for your birthday and serve it in the beautiful living room or whatever. So the connection, again, is much more emotional. Or about food, again. Ich mag den Kuchen, that means you've tasted it. And it tastes well, and as I said, the stomach. When I say der Kuchen gefällt mir, then, well, I looked at it. Ah, the decoration is nice. Ah, there's the cherry in the middle, and you put the flower, very beautiful. So it's more aesthetic. So again, gefallen goes into the eye and into the ear. Mögen goes into the heart and into the stomach. That's a little bit the rule. And then we have möchten for the things we would like to have, and we have gerne for the activities. So these are the 4 ways of saying that you like something or somebody in German.